Do you own a Razer mouse? Or maybe you've thought about it, or maybe you just hear everyone talk about it. I know I used to be in that boat. I was like, why does everyone have a Razer mouse? What makes it so good? It's just a round bubble. And I had a hard time spending over $30 on a mouse. And I was like, I got the Red Dragon mouse for like $14. Why do I need to spend over $14 on a good mouse? And here are the things that came to fruition that opened up my perspective. I mean, Razer mice in general are highly praised, but today we'll be looking at the Deathadder Chroma, which is a huge staple in the Razer lineup that a lot of people use. What just makes it so good? Let's talk about it. What's up guys, my name is JD from JDTechGear and welcome back to the channel where we discuss PC passion, setup design, tech reviews, and unboxing. So if you're into that sort of stuff, consider checking out the rest of the channel and consider subscribing. Now let me start off by saying this. The Deus Ex version of the mouse is no different from the regular Deathadder Chroma. It's just a reskin. There's nothing that really affects its performance that's any different from the original. So this is the mouse that I have. It came free with my friend's gaming keyboard and he gave me this mouse for free. I was lucky enough for him to give it to me for free, and I've been using this for a long time, about 2 months now. So I really got to understand and see why so many people love this mouse. Now the Deathadder Chroma is available on Amazon for $58, which is a fair price considering some other high-end gaming mice, but still a lot more expensive than $30. But what makes this mouse so good? Why do so many people swear by this mouse, or just Razer mice in general? Well, this is what I noticed. Also, I do know there are cheaper mice out there that are almost on the same level of performance as the Deathadder Chroma and also Ergonomics. So first, let's talk about the ergonomics of the mouse. It is incredible, especially for people with larger hands. This is a big mouse with a larger profile than most mice. For comparison, my Red Dragon mouse is considerably smaller than the Deathadder Chroma. The profile of the mouse is so smooth and well-rounded to fit the entire palm of the player. Also, the mouse has a decent length to accommodate the two popular gripping styles of the mouse, which is the palm grip and the claw grip. Also, the left and right mouse button is concave to have your fingers rest on top naturally. I know that may seem subtle and unimportant, but after you play enough hours and use this mouse for a while, your fingers are always stationed and centered on the buttons, making your mouse movements more instinctive since you don't have to waste time repositioning your fingers. Another thing to note is the grip on the sides of the mouse where your thumb and pinky rest. The grip is a low profile textured rubber that provides the right amount of grip to keep your thumb and pinky properly positioned and helps keep the mouse from slipping out of your hand during fast jarring movements. The scroll wheel is placed perfectly to match the upward slope of the left and right mouse buttons, keeping true to the natural feel of the mouse. Another thing to make note of is the surface of the mouse. Yes, it is plastic, but very smooth and a high grade plastic. The surface is very comfortable to use for hours of gameplay and productivity, so it goes hand in hand with whatever operation you may be bringing to the computer. Wow, I don't think I ever went into that much depth, but every curve has a purpose. It's distinctively designed and well thought out, and I really appreciate that. Now the ergonomics of the mouse would be nothing if the sensor sucked. Sure, you could have great comfort and feel to the mouse, but if the cursor is flying all over the place and lagging due to a poor sensor, then it's pretty much compromised. The sensor is of course stellar. You can at least expect that from a $60 mouse, or at least hope so. But it is worth noting that the optical sensor that this mouse uses is very precise and high quality. There's no acceleration issues or floating cursor or latency of any kind, which are common issues found in cheaper mice. It is pointing to where you want it, when you want it, so you can feel confident in your movements of gameplay. So you don't have to worry if your mouse is going to jitter when you aim down the sights of some gun on CSGO, or playing Battlefield 1, you're aiming down the Mondragon, and all of a sudden it goes, because the mouse is still catching up. Like, that just annoys me. Or I'm just bad. Also, the maximum DPI of this mouse is 10,000, which is insane, and I don't know whoever needs that much sensitivity, but it's still worth noting. Okay, so you have solid ergonomics and a sensor, which are the two primary features that I look for in a mouse. I want it to be comfortable and I want it to be reliable when gaming with it. Extra buttons, lighting, and software are pretty much secondary to me, but still important nonetheless. Now let's talk about the functionality of the mouse. It has mostly standard buttons, which is fine, and it has two side buttons, which are programmable. But there is no DPI button or color cycle button. That may turn some people off, but personally I like it. The simplicity of the buttons make it easier to use, and I don't want to click on more buttons by accident when using this mouse. Of course, there are games where you definitely need more buttons, but personally, if you don't need them, you might as well just cut them out. It goes along with the simplicity of the design of the mouse. This mouse is strictly gaming and pure functionality. The two things that make up a mouse that I look for is what a mouse should be able to do, and that's moving the mouse and feeling comfortable while doing it. I think that's why a lot of people love this mouse and Razer mice in general. It's because this is a mouse that is to the point and delivers the quality and durability you need. Adding to the functionality of the mouse, as I said earlier, the two side buttons are programmable, as well as the lighting. All of that is controlled through the Razer Snap software, which is a very well designed software. It is user friendly and intuitive, perfect for doing simple things such as programming your buttons and lighting, and of course it has more features for their keyboard lineup as well. This kind of goes without saying, but the mouse has a very good build quality. It is robust and sturdy, no creaking or shaking parts. It is also very light and easy to move. However, there are no weights on the mouse. The weight is fixed. So would I change anything about this particular mouse? For me, the perfect mouse has a few things that this one doesn't. First, I have become addicted to having a mouse with a metal plate on the bottom. The movements are smooth already with this mouse, but a metal plate gives you this glide and floating feel that is unlike most plastic-based bottoms from what I have experienced. And one other thing to add is removable weights. I personally don't have a problem with not having them since it's weighted perfectly, but some people do and they just like having that extra functionality. But overall, these are the things that I think make the Deathadder Chroma so great and well renowned among PC gamers. Even if you don't game, the mouse is great for comfort and hours of use at the computer. Most Razer mice follow this simplistic and ergonomic theme across all their mice, which is something people have grown to love, including me. I used to be skeptical of Razer mice, not that I didn't deny that they were any good, but I wanted to know why I was paying $60 for such a simple looking mouse with few lights and buttons. It seemed too simple to me for it to cost that much. Now once I placed my hand on top of the mouse and gamed with it for a few hours, my perspective was completely opened. This made the mouse worth the money, plus many other people have used Razer mice for many years. Of course, you can get away with just using an old HP mouse that came with an old desktop, but once you start using a high quality mouse, those subtle differences you noticed before are now more apparent when you start using it for a while. I know this mouse came out in 2013 or so, but I highly recommend it to this day. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if you're not into the Deathadder Chroma, Razer makes many more great gaming mice that are just as popular and well received as this one. And the reason why I chose this one to really look at is this one has been around for a while. A lot of people have it. And do we truly understand what makes this mouse so great? I mean, everyone has different perspectives of what they think makes the mouse so great. But personally for me, these are the things that I notice. So let me know what you guys think about this and what makes the ultimate gaming mouse for you. What are particular things that you look for that you absolutely need in a mouse? Maybe some things this mouse in particular doesn't offer, and some things that it does offer. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, then consider subscribing to the channel and also like the video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I want to thank you guys for watching. I highly appreciate it every single time. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. What was that? What was that? Some cocky snap at the camera. Ooh, look how suave he is. Pfft. Suave. James Bond material? Yes. No. See, this is what happens when I get in front of a camera. I get distracted. I think I'm like I could just be an actor or something. I don't know. Time to close it. You're talking too much. Bye, guys. I'm rambling. I'm just rambling. Where am I going with this, John? I don't know.